Trust. It's a good topic, I think, to discuss because what do you think of when you think of trust? You may think of your parents, or maybe you trust a vehicle to get you to work, or you have some other trust in some other things, or I don't know. Okay. Uh, trust. Several years ago, I took a class. I worked for a very large corporation, and they had us take a class, and it was called The Speed of Trust. And it was based on a book and some materials, and they provided a person that came in from Stevie Covey Jr., I believe, Steve Covey Jr., Stephen Covey Jr., which his dad is famous for the seven traits of successful business people or something similar to that anyway. Um, but it was interesting. One of the stories they told was that trusting people can help speed up the business process and get more done. And the example they gave was a person that sold hot dogs in like a city such as, I think, Chicago. And when he had first started, he was trying, to make change for everybody and take their credit cards or take their money. And he was doing this while he was trying to get the dogs out himself because he didn't have any help. And he noticed people were heading off and getting out of line, or going past and just kind of going and saying things like, well, that's just going to take too long. So he came up with the idea. He gave me a little tray, and he put some change in it that they could make, and put a little sign up there that says, make your own change if you have cash. Well, that he went from like $500 during a lunch period in Chicago to, I think somebody said $1,500 to $1,800, if I recall correctly. It was just like 3 times as much because he trusted. And the fact is that there were people that he said that told him that they really appreciated that he trusted them. And he wouldn't just leave his money out there. I mean, after so long, he'd grab some of it, and throw another amount of change, maybe some ones and fives, tens, whatever. And he said, but also he got a lot of tips because people trusted him, and they liked it. So if they had a order, maybe it was $7, they'd throw a 10 out there and take off. So he got more tips, he made more money, and he kept more people in line. And occasionally, there were still people that had to use credit cards, so that still slowed him down a little bit. But that's just one of the examples of what trust can do. If you trust somebody and people can trust you, then it kind of greases the wheels of business and relationships and other things. If people trust that you're going to be somewhere when you say you're going to be, or trust you that you can deliver on something, or trust you to watch after something that they ask you to watch over, then it just helps everybody be able to go about their business and trust that you're going to be there. So anyway, today's word of the day, for lack of a better term, is trust. So who do you trust today? Think about it and have a great one.